Is spring really the best time to sell your home? Well, most sellers think a green lawn and good curb appeal mean a higher price. But does it really? Today, we're going to look at why people believe that by checking it against 5 years of Mission sales data, and we're going to see which season really does come out on top. And then we'll go through the questions you need to ask yourself to know if it's your time to sell and what it might cost you if you wait. I'm Irene, your local realtor here in my community of Mission, BC, where I've been helping people just like you buy and sell for the last 20 years. Let's get into it. Everyone and their brother is going to tell you that spring is the best time to sell. Fall is good, summer slows down, and avoid winter at all costs. It's definitely a blanket statement, and it actually has nothing backing it up. These folks are using a system based on vanity metrics. When does the house look its best? And it's true that houses look better when everything is green and the sun is out. Better curb appeal seems like it would get you a higher price, right? Well, sellers hear it enough times and it just becomes the rule. But that's not quite how the market works. So in order to find out the truth, I went back and looked at the last 5 years of data right here in Mission. Looked at price, sales volume, competition, and overall market conditions. And today, I'm going to walk you through what I found. The answers did surprise me. Let's start with price. Now, if your goal is to walk away with the most money, you'd expect spring to dominate, right? Well, take a look at the graph. What we've got here are the 5 years benchmark prices where the benchmark price was the highest. I've got 3 years out of 5 for winter, 1 year out of 5 for summer, 1 year out of 5 for fall. Spring didn't produce the highest benchmark price in any of those 5 years. So the sales volume chart is going to show us how many homes are selling in any given season. More sales mean more buyers are active in the marketplace. Now, when we look at the graph, we can see that spring actually came out the highest 3 out of 5 years. So definitely there are more buyers out there in the spring market. Then came summer, placing second with 2 months out of 5 years. So for the most amount of sales, spring led this category 3 out of 5 years. Summer twice. Fall and winter showed up with nothing. More buyers, more transactions. Spring is genuinely the busiest season on the market. But sales volume is only half the story. Let's take a look at active listings, and these are the total number of homes for sale at any given time. Every listing out there is one more home a buyer can choose instead of yours. And you know what? Winter had the lowest active listings all 5 years. What happens is that a lot of sellers take the winter off, assuming buyers just won't be out there. But what it actually does is shrink your competition. Fewer homes available means serious buyers have fewer options, and your home is more likely to stand out. Now, spring and summer, these are when active listings hit their peak because everybody thinks their stuff looks so much better. Buyers have more to choose from, and that gives them more leverage when negotiating. Next, and one of the most important ones, sales to active list ratio. So if we've got 100 homes for sale and 30 sell that month, the ratio becomes 30%, for example. And the higher the number, the better your chances of selling quickly and for a stronger price. When it goes under 12%, buyers are in control. Over 20%, well, sellers are in control. Anything between is considered a balanced market. And it's one number that tells you a lot. Now, looking at the sales to active list ratio, the best conditions for a seller turned out to be winter, 3 out of 5 years. Spring came in once, summer and fall, 0. Now, in winter, a higher percentage of homes are selling. There's less competition, and therefore sellers have better conditions. Now, when we add it all up, what the best season to list actually is, well, the true winner Winter coming out with 11 points. Spring came in second place with 4 points. Summer 3, and fall came in with 2. Not the answer you were expecting. I told you I was surprised. And the biggest gap on all of these numbers comes down to one thing: competition. In winter, fewer homes are on the market, and buyers are comparing fewer options. And therefore, your home has a better chance to stand out. And that puts you in a stronger position on price and on negotiation. Spring does the opposite. More listings, more choices for buyers, more pressure on your price. So when should you sell? Well, it comes down to 2 things: your personal situation and what's happening in the market right now. Is your house still working for you, or has something changed? Are you carrying more mortgage than you're comfortable with? Is the space too big, or maybe it's too small? Those are real reasons to sell, and they're not dependent on the season at all. Market conditions matter too. Interest rates, buyer demand, the economy, those things affect how many buyers are out there and what they're actually willing to pay. So the question isn't what the market looks like in spring, it's what the market looks like right now and whether it works for your situation. If it does, there's no reason to wait. If it doesn't, then waiting might be the right call. Just make sure it's a deliberate decision and one that you've thought clearly about. So now that we know seasons really don't drive the price, what are you waiting for? Right now, you've got the facts in front of you. The moment you decide to wait for spring, you trade that certainty for a hope and a prayer. No one's able to tell you what the market's going to look like in 5 months. It could be better. It could just as easily be worse. And the data just showed you that spring doesn't reliably deliver you a higher price. So now you're taking on real risk, waiting for a payout that probably isn't going to come. The best time to sell isn't about the seasons. It's about your situation and what the market is doing right now. We've seen it very clearly. If you're thinking about selling and you want to talk through whether now is the right time for you, my contact information is in the description box below. We can talk about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.